Bizarre Brain Comics. Ooh. Ha. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. And this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. Ooh. Well, this time, a little different. Just a couple days after Christmas. And I'll just show you some of the stuff comic related stuff I got for Christmas. Now, I didn't have any comics on my Christmas wish list this year because I still haven't read all the stuff I got last year. But I had Secret Santa with in-laws and friends, and the guy who was my Secret Santa, he did pretty good. He got me here 2 volumes of Star Trek. This is the manga from Tokyo Pop. I've already got a couple other volumes of this, and I've been intending to eventually doing an episode on these. And then we got DVD Aquaman. This is the 2-movie collection. I've already got the first one, but all my wife could find was them together. And we haven't seen the second one at all. So now we got that. And see the second Aquaman movie. And then from Marvel is Madam Web, which I also have not seen. I heard fans didn't like it very much, but I still want to see it. And then Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire. And I'm a big Godzilla fan and a King Kong fan, but just haven't seen this movie yet. So now I got all the others. And then keeping with that theme is and she also got me the novelization of this because I hadn't seen it anywhere. And on a lot of the movies that I like, if I can, I like to get novelizations. And both the Marvel and DC stuff has not been novelized in recent years, which really, really sucks. A lot of that has to do with Disney, I think. And then keeping with Godzilla is Godzilla 1985. If you've never seen it, it's a really good. This is the Raymond Burr American version. This is probably my favorite Godzilla movie. But you seldom see it on TV. You see all the other ones since this one, but this is the one that rebooted Godzilla. Actually, it was 1984 in Japan. The American release was 1985. And about a year or so ago, I did an episode on the manga adaptation of Godzilla 1984. And this is the first Godzilla movie I saw in the theater, and I was really impressed with it at the time. I still am, considering it's was in the 80s Japanese monster kaiju movie, and the effects were just banging compared to what they had been just a few years before. and I still really enjoy it. Of course, it's a guy in the rubber suit and all that silly stuff, but it was just done much better. And I think it's, in many respects, it's done better than many of the Japanese Godzilla movies that were done after that. And then this wasn't actually for Christmas, but I bought it got for $4 at Five Below yesterday. So Marvel 16-month 2025 calendar, which replaces my 2024 Marvel calendar. Has some great classic artwork. Has some Gil Kane, John Romita, John Buscema, Herb Trimpe, Maurice Severin. It's a lot of some good art. Of course, Jack Kirby, Don Heck. Some nice classic images from Silver and Bronze Age. So that is cool. I'm a Bronze Age fan. So then we're going to wind up going to, for just something a little different and something special, I was going to do a drawing for you. We're going to draw Power Girl. Okay? So follow me so we can go draw Power Girl. Okay, here we are. Yeah. And we're going to draw this Power Girl. As you can see, I usually do my little drawings for my backdrop here on 5x8 cards, but just for convenience, because I'm going to do another version of this drawing, and largely because, well, my hand is already familiar with it. So, and it's Power Girl. We're going to do that one, and this will be done on a little sheet of 5x8.5 paper. It's basically half of a 8.5 by 11 sheet. And so you can see here, I've already got it started. I just did a quick, brief, very loose gesture drawing to get the basic proportions, form, and the flowing of the action. Sometimes that changes during the course of the drawing. So we'll just do a little bit here, if I can do it without accidentally shutting the thing off. Okay. Beef it up there. Yeah, there's her. Kind of give her her face, fuller cheek. And kind of give her kind of a heart-shaped face. Her eyes. Bit indicate the nose. Let's see if I can give her a little fuller eyes, a bit of mass for eyelashes. Lips. Give her fuller lips. And it's just using a regular mechanical pencil here. Just indicate a bit of a ear there, and look at her neck, her face, and just stronger indication here. Neck. And of course, Power Girl is created in the 1970s. She's from Earth 2. She has a tendency to be a bit more muscular. From Earth 2 was the Kara Zor-El, the cousin of Earth 2's Superman. But instead of being Supergirl, she took the name Power Girl. And of course has always been a bit older than Earth 1's Supergirl. And of course, she is one of the few, or one of the characters from Earth 2 that survived the Crisis on Infinite Earths, when there only became one Earth, which created severe continuity problems, and they, in the 80s after the crisis, they retconned her to them being the granddaughter of Atlantean wizard Arion. And then that was she's been retconned again into being, I don't know, other stuff. I don't know what all. I don't know what she's supposed to be now, but I think last time I paid any attention, which was a reboot or two ago, she's well known for being have a very full bosom. And I'm probably not even doing that justice, but I don't want to make her too full. Okay, I skipped ahead. When I had finished with the penciling the figure. Now do some inking. I have a variety of pens and brushes for inking. What I'm going to do is, this is an illustration marker. It's a 0.25 millimeter nib. And I'll use that for the smaller, finer stuff in her face, for example. And there we go. In her face, and some of the finer details. Okay, yeah, she was from the 70s, Earth 2, Earth 1. She's been retconned a couple of times, and I think she's back to being a alternate Earth Kara Zor-El. I don't know. I haven't followed it. In more recent years, I haven't followed her. The comics, especially after all the retcons that they've been doing. So I don't know. Forward lips. Give her a little bit of a touch of a smile there. Her eyes, corners, some lashes there, and but I always liked her. And of course, she's best known for, as I was saying earlier, she's known for being full bosom. There's a story behind that. I guess Wally Wood was complaining that when he was doing Justice Society, the editors weren't paying any attention, and he wanted to see if they were paying attention. So he gradually gave her a fuller bosom, and they never noticed. So it just kind of stayed that way, and has become a running joke even in the comics themselves, for her full bosom. I have jokes with Supergirl and her, and when they needed her to get the attention of some kid who is a genius, out of the boob window. There's a story behind that boob window too, if I remember correctly, because originally her costume was all white, and she could never decide on an emblem to put on her costume, on the chest of her costume. And then in one battle, her costume got torn. There was a big old hole right at her cleavage, and so she kind of patched it up, hemmed it up, and left the window there. And so basically leaving her cleavage to be her emblem, her symbol. Oh yeah, what is it? Okay, now I'm going to use this. This is a dual tip permanent marker. This is from an artist set. This is where I'm going to do the colors from too. And I usually have others some others that I use like to use, but I'm going to use this one this time. It's because it's brand new. It's black. It has a flexible brush-like nib, which I really like because it gives you the flexibility. And gives you the variety of. This is a little bolder than I had really wanted, but that's okay. And it gives you a nice variety of line thicknesses and line weights. I'll show you a little bit of that. I've been used to using something a little finer than this, and so my lines are coming out bolder than I really usually intend. So, okay, I skipped ahead again. Forgot to get that line in. You can see this is bolder. The line work here is bolder than on my original version, but it's not trying to be slavish to it. But yeah, that's the black and white. So come back when I've erased it. Erase the pencil lines. Okay, got the pencil lines erased and the inking completed. So now I'm going to do color. Now I do coloring in a variety of ways. Like you see here, colored pencil. You can get some really nice color effects. Unfortunately, it's very much more time consuming, but you can get a lot of different coloring effects, shading, lightness, darkness, etc. Or watercolor. I like doing watercolor too, like this, and that one there, and markers like that one there, and this Captain Action's watercolor, and then get like different markers. Like I use for the markers, I usually use some fine art illustration markers, and you can get, as you can see here with their brushes, their brush markers, and it can get a variety of shades and textures. You can see in Warlord's skin tones there, because like 4 different shades in there, so it comes up with a very almost a painterly effect to it. You can see the same thing with her, and it's less not as time consuming as either the watercolor or the colored pencil. And then but what I'm going to do here, just because it's quicker, I have these other markers that I showed you before, and they do a pretty good flat two-dimensional color. You can also do some shading work, but it's not as easy. And I'm going to use this. Unfortunately, it also doesn't have quite as variety of, like I can't even get a proper red. The closest is magenta. But and I'll do like her skin tones here, and this kind of a peach color. And fortunately, see this, it doesn't, it bleeds through the paper, but the inks don't bleed into one another, which is real fortunate. Because ordinarily I'd use, like just doing her face here, 3 different tones, plus white for some highlights, the white of the paper for highlights. And let's see. Okay, got all her skin tones on here. This is much briefer and does not get as nicely detailed as her. I intentionally left the lines off of her costume here, so it's more like her older one. That was from when they had all those lines Everyone had a bunch of lions on their costumes. I said this is a brush marker. But some of the other markers can get a lot of flexibility and versatility in the colors and the shading. It's can give you some very painterly effects just in markers. Supergirl and Power Girl. Of course, this is muchly abbreviated, but I think that might be kind of fun. There, and now we're going to red. Like as I said, I don't have a proper. This set doesn't have a proper red. Magenta is the closest I can come to it. Of course, if it took more time and I mixed it on the paper with the yellow, and it would give you a more proper red. But that takes twice as much of the ink and isn't necessary for what we're doing here. The shapes. Okay, finish that. And you see, I missed a stroke, went outside the lines, and now we're just going to finish this off. Of course, her costume is white. What's a good white? I've got a gray one here to help give you some of the tones and help with the shapes and the modeling of the figure. Gives a more 3D effect. And there. Yes, I know it's not as nice as that, but it works. So that's all I have to share with you this time. Just for fun. Do a little drawing just for fun. And I hope you enjoyed that. So I want to thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments down below, and let me know what you think of my little drawing here, as well as my Christmas stuff. So leave your comments, ask any questions, what have you. And where's my book? And remember, comics are art.